What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great day, getting ready for the holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there, and appreciate you taking the time. But tonight, we go behind enemy lines with the Buffalo Bills, getting ready for the Eagles Week 12. Getting to know their opponent, everything about them, talking about their all-season roster moves, their draft, the moves they've made this season, then taking a look at their division conference standings, the stats and rankings for this season, their roster by position, the depth chart, IR, practice squad, coaching staff. You'll get to know every single thing you need to know about the Eagles' opponent. But I appreciate each and every one of you who's taken the time. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below about this game. You already got a score prediction, who you are looking out for on this team. Whatever's on your mind, I'd love to hear it. If you missed the injury report from earlier, go check it out, but I'll post it down below in the comments. But let's jump right into this. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button, subscribing, all that stuff. Let's go, baby. And we're starting off with the offseason roster moves and some of the moves they've made throughout this season here, getting to know what they've tried to improve on to better their team. And, you know, Josh Allen, a little bit of what looks to be regression here, but had a decent draft, got themselves a nasty lineman in Osiris Torrance, Dalton Kincaid, a stud playmaker there. So had a decent draft. And look, they lost some players there, Edmonds, Singletary, Crowder, McKenzie. And then additions, you can see Rasul Douglas not on there, but they just made a trade for him. I thought that was a great addition for them. A bunch of running backs after Nyheim Hines had that injury in the offseason. So they were 13-3 last year. But look, they're struggling a little bit this year, and it's been odd to watch. But look, Josh Allen, a little more of a gunslinger, so making some mistakes here and there, but still a really good player. So we got to watch out for this team. I think going to be a great matchup. But let's look at how this team has done in the standings here, and we'll start it off within their division. We already took out the top dog in their division, the Miami Dolphins. Now, and look, we lost to the Jets, our only loss, and of course we beat the Patriots as well earlier in the season. So we are finishing off the AFC East here. We're going to go against the Bills. We're going to go 3-1 against the East, and the Bills 6-5, so second in their division, but eighth in the AFC. So looking to get into that playoff hunt. Right behind there, the Steelers and the Texans, the Browns there, obviously, in there. And so, look, you know, with this race being so close, it's going to be fun to watch. Same with the NFC. And we'll break all this stuff down for both teams within the matchups, all that great stuff when I come back after Thanksgiving. But you see the standings there for the Bills. Now we're going to take a look at how they found themselves at 6-5 by looking at their stats and standings. And we take all this stuff with a grain of salt because, as we know, the worst team in the NFL could beat you. You could beat the best team in the NFL. Hey, look, any given Sunday, baby. So let's take a look at how the Bills have done so far. 7th in points on offense, 6th in yardage. That's 7th in passing, 11th in rushing. First, only giving up 1.3 sacks per game. But you can see giving the ball up. That is their issue. And when they are doing it, Josh Allen, I think he has 12 interceptions on season. So tied for 25th with 1.7 turnovers per game. The defense, 4th in points there. Then you've got total yardage, 10th. Pass yards, they are 10th, 16th against the run. 3rd in sacks, getting 3.5 per game. 0.9 interceptions, the tie for 10th. And 7th in 1.7 turnovers per game. So, we've got a lot of playmakers to watch out for on this team. And, well, we're going to take a look at this team and, you know, get to know by position here. And if you have any thoughts, feel free to leave them down below here. But we're going to start it off by looking at the coaching staff here. Sean McDermott, former Philadelphia Eagles assistant coach, and always been a fan. And then you got Joe Brady here, who a lot of people wanted to bring him in as the head coach, but creative mind. So, look, I'm happy with Sirianni, but McDermott is also the DC there. And then you've got Matthew Smiley as the special teams coordinator. Now, talked about Josh Allen, has those 12 picks, but he's got 20 passing touchdowns on the season there, and he's got 7 rushing touchdowns. So 27 touchdowns is really good. He's got 2,800 passing yards. The dude's doing pretty well. 69.6 completion percentage, 97.6 passer rating. So they're making him out to be one of the worst quarterbacks. Sure, he's not doing the greatest at this time, but he's still a really good quarterback. got a lot of weapons on this offense, so you got to watch out. But you see Allen, and then on the practice squad, Buchele, sure. But at the bottom, anyone on the practice squad or IR or NFI, you will see at the bottom. But the rest of the guys are active roster. So running backs, Cook, Murray, Ty Johnson. Cook had some fumble issues like a week or two ago. So Murray was seeing a little more time. Ty Johnson. So all three of these guys saw time last week. James Cook leading the way, but he's averaging 5 yards per carry. Murray's averaging 4.1. Ty Johnson 3.3. But Murray's got 3 touchdowns, and then Cook's only got 1 on the season. But talented backs, and Cook can catch the ball out of the backfield. Murray more of your pounder. Johnson's like a jack of all trades there, like our little Boston Scott can return the ball, catch the ball, run the ball tough. I like that kid, but former Jet. But they also have Leonard Fournette on the practice squad with Damian Harris on IR. Hines missing the season with that offseason injury there. But they also have a fullback. We don't leave anyone out in these parts. So Reggie Gilliam, the fullback there. So just so you know, they do have a fullback in the house. But their wide receivers, oh my Lord, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Khalil Shakir, Deontay Hardy, Trent Sherfield. They've got weapons, and they use all 5 of these guys. Now, you see they've got a few they could choose from on the practice squad. Isabella, Shavers, Thompson. Their rookie, Justin Shorter, on IR there. But Gabe Davis, he is so up and down. I eventually got rid of him in fantasy a couple weeks ago. But Shakir in there having a big couple past weeks here. Really like that kid. Very, very talented. Hardy, look, he can help in the return game. He's talented. Sherfield, the former Dolphin there. So got a lot of weapons, but we know Diggs. Oh, my Lord, one of the best wide receivers in the game. And he's got 895 yards, 7 touchdowns, 11.6 yards per catch this season, and 81.4 yards per game. But we know this dude at any point can go off, so the Eagles secondary is going to have their hands full. Then at tight end, you have Dalton Kincaid. Dawson Knox goes on IR with Zach Davidson there, but man, this kid they knew when they drafted him. He is somebody that, very, very versatile piece that they can line up all over. So they like this kid. You've got Quentin Morris there as well. And in this picture, he kind of looks like my buddy who is a Bills fan, son. He sent me a picture. He was actually at the Bills game, and his kid made it on the big screen. So that was pretty cool, but kind of looks like his son Cam. Kind of weird, but sorry, Steiner. The Bills will be losing this Sunday to the Eagles. But Dalton Kincaid, got to watch out for that. But the Eagles did well against Travis Kelce, so we will see how they do there. Now, offensive line, you got Dawkins, McGovern, Morris, Torrance, Brown. Then you have Vandemark, Edwards, Bates, Anderson, and Afidi as your depth pieces. You've got Courage, Jarvis, and Mance there on the practice squad. Tommy Doyle on IR. So that was the Bills offense. Don't worry, you'll see the depth chart, all this stuff as a whole at the end here, but just showing you by position. Now on to the defense. Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, Settle, Joseph Puna, Ford. You've got some beasts in the middle there. I'm not going to lie to you. And Ed Oliver, man, he's got 11 tackles for a loss, 6 sacks. This man is a beast. So we're going to have to try to definitely watch out for him. We know the Eagles, beginning of the game, had some issues there. Missing Goddard, their protection, having to change the play calling, doing a lot of things. Hopefully they get things down here, but a tough line. And in the middle, a lot of studs there. And then edge rushers here, you got Rousseau, Floyd, Epinesa, Lawson, Von Miller, and Kingsley Jonathan. So, that's quite a lot of guys there. And look, man, at any point, the Eagles have had their issues, but, we are still one of the best offensive lines, but they are going to have to play at the top of their game because the Bills are loaded on the defensive line. Then at linebacker, they've got Matt Milano on IR. So Terrell Bernard, Tyrell Dodson stepping it up. Bernard looking like a stud there. Dorian Williams, Matakevich, Spector, and Klein there as depth. Then into the secondary, we talked about Rasul Douglas, former Eagle. Great addition for them with the injury to Tre'Davious White. And then, of course, Kaiir Elam. So both those guys on IR. Unfortunate for them. See, they've got a plethora, 5 guys at corner on the practice squad, and they've only got like 6 or 7 on the defensive side of the ball. So, oh my. Now, Teron Johnson and Dane Jackson were both banged up in this past game, so go check out that video I'm going to post in the comments. the injury report today for the Bills. Going to be very intriguing to see what happens there. But you've got Benford, Lewis, and Neal there as depth. Then at safety, more injuries there. Definitely check out that video I'm about to post below. But you've got Poyer, Hyde, Rapp, Neal, Hamlin. They've got some studs. Don't know why I put Neal again, but they've got some studs there on this team in the secondary. So this offense and defense loaded with talent. Going to be a great matchup. And you see the specialists here. Bass as the kicker, Martin, punter, Ferguson is the long snapper, and then kick returner Ty Johnson, punt returner Deontay Hardy. Now, let's take a gander at all that. And here's a full list. So all those things that you saw at the bottom, here is their practice squad. So you see that they've got 9 guys on offense, and then they've got 7 on the defensive side of the ball, 16 total, but 2 defensive tackles, and then they've got 5 cornerbacks there. So pretty wild. We'll see. And I'll keep you up to date with anything they do there. But the elevations on Saturday, tune in for that. But here are their reserves, all those guys that were at the bottom. You will not see them on the depth chart. Anyone in blue here means they are new to the team this season. So you see those were the guys that are on injured reserve. Nyheim Hines on the NFI list. But let's now take a look at this depth chart. Again, those guys won't be there. And anyone in blue here is new to the roster. So Kyle Allen, now the backup to Josh Allen. You got Murray and Ty Johnson there behind Cook. They haven't elevated Fournette yet, so we'll see if they decide to do that. You got Gilliam there, fullback, Diggs, Davis, Shakir. Then they added Sherfield and Hardy this offseason, hopeful to help in the return game as well. Got Kincaid there stepping in. Connor McGovern, former Cowboy there at left guard, and then they drafted Osiris Torrance. So a good offensive line. Again, this is going to be another heavyweight battle. Definitely looking forward to it. Then on the defensive side of the ball, picking up Leonard Floyd, a great addition for them with Rousseau there. But Von Miller and AJ Epinesa being there as depth. Oh, my Lord. That's, again, that defensive line is loaded there. And obviously, Dorian Williams, Matakevich behind Dodson and Bernard. Maybe you'd be concerned, but I think that Bernard and Dodson have been doing great there. And then at corner, that's where your real concern comes in. Again, go check out that video, but Jackson, Johnson, Hyde, all banged up there. So, and Rapp also banged up. Cam Lewis on that injury list. So we're going to see if any of these guys get brought up from the practice squad, whatever they do there. But trading for Rasul Douglas, I thought was a great move. Floyd, a great addition there. So not much change. I mean, they were 13-3 last year, so you don't really have to change much. And here are the specialists again in the depth chart. And Shakir can definitely return the ball too. So if anything were to happen, you have him as depth. But look, man, this team is not to be messed with, and I'm definitely looking forward to this Week 12 matchup. But I hope you all have yourselves a very happy Thanksgiving. I'll be back on Friday with that game status report, who's questionable, who's out. If there's any kind of injury stuff, I will post it tomorrow, but not so sure I'm going to be making a video. But Friday, Fan Friday as well. That will be live. All your questions, comments, everything. Cannot wait for that one. Saturday, you'll get your practice squad elevations, and you'll also get the top matchups. So, look, looking forward to this Sunday, but going to get you through as I possibly can. But love to hear your thoughts down below on this matchup, on the Buffalo Bills, on the Eagles, whatever is on your mind. I would love to hear it. If you got anything from this, do me a favor and hit that like button down below. You can always subscribe, join us live while we're talking birds, or just tune in one of these videos. And I'm always down to talk some birds. But hope you're all having yourselves a great night. Hope you all, again, have yourselves a happy Thanksgiving. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith. This is On the Road to Victory, and that was just behind enemy lines. But I hope you all have a safe rest of your night, safe holidays, and as always, say it with me from home now, go Birds!